women, your man wants your support. He feels and knows he's loved by you supporting him.
Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands.
Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast. We are the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. Another solo episode. Solo edition, and frankly, this one is for the ladies. Ladies, we love you. Just like ladies can say about guys, we can't live with them and we can't live without them, it's very similar for dudes. We can't live with you and we can't live without you. That's the reality. And I've been getting a lot of feedback lately as I've been asking for it from you guys to go like, hey, what's one of the biggest things you've learned? And what's one of the biggest takeaways you've heard from me that has actually positively impacted your life? And you said very clearly, a lot of you, and when I say a lot of you, I'm talking 30 to 50 of you. So I don't know, maybe that's not a lot, but that's a lot of feedback, in my opinion. And it was very simple. I love how you're not afraid to tell the truth, or at least share your version of the truth, and not care what people think. Okay. That was the resounding thing. And then others like, hey, I need to step up and be a good dude. I need to work on my side of the street. Marriage gets better with age. All of that is true, and all of that can be true. It's based off one principle, and that is for us as men to take radically seriously the job of bettering ourselves. And bettering ourselves. Cleaning up my side of the street that if you cooked an egg on it, I'd fucking be the first one to eat it. And then I look in my area of my life and go, hey, am I a good parent? Do I spend quality time with my kids? Do I love them? Do I instruct them and nurture them and provide the masculine edge that they will need and or masculine boundary that they're going to need to guide them to life? Yeah, I do that. Are you a good partner? Man, do I really care about my wife? Do I love her? Do I think of her as my best friend? Do I share with her and hear back from her, listen to her and all that? Fuck yeah, I do. Do you produce? Yes. As a guy, you go, yeah, I'm producing, I'm providing for my family. I'm providing safety and security for my family. For all of you entrepreneurs, you know stuff goes up and down, but ultimately you've always come through and you're going to come through again, right? Am I a player? Am I setting out? Am I setting dates? Am I going on fun trips? Am I creating an environment where I let her know she's wanted and desired, and that I become wantable and desirable? Like I look good, I speak well. Am I clean? Am I fresh? Am I doing these types of things? Am I going out on dates? Am I reminding her how much I love her? Am I getting the things that would make her feel, wow, look at these acts of service. Look at this, these, possibly some gifts. But ultimately, you're a player, meaning you own the power of who you are. You know that you're attractive, and you become attractive for yourself, actually not for anybody else. This is something that you ladies are actually really pretty decent at. If you're really pretty decent, that must mean you're good at it. Better than most men. And then power. Are you as a man standing in your power? And this is the one that women and men struggle with the most. And because of your championing me of me sharing my truth, I'm going to share with you what I believe is one of the greatest problems in marriages today. And it's this one's on you, ladies. And I'm speaking as a guy who's went through my life and meticulously went through and said, that's under par, that's under par, that's under par. I need to raise those areas up, and have put a tremendous amount of effort into becoming excellent in my dials. A true provocateur. Most men have not done that. And so the reality of what I'm about ready to say a lot of you women, a lot of you wives might go, yeah, if I had a husband like that, I would do that. And I want to warn you against that thinking, because Jesse does have a husband like that. And even her and I still butt heads on this, okay? Not a little. We butt heads very big on this one. But ultimately, I want to share with you women how I tell the men, have a standard that you're going to live to and address and be at, and have a standard because it's for you, not for your wife, but it's for you guys. I'm going to give one for you to the ladies. That should be your standard, and I'm going to tell you as a guy what a guy wants more than anything. Instagram won't tell you this. YouTube won't tell you this. Your pastor won't tell you that. No one's going to tell you what I'm about ready to tell you. And I want you to understand that it comes from a tremendous amount of love and a desire for you to be able to understand how guys really think. So that way it will cause a tremendous amount of joy and satisfaction and fulfillment in your life as you're saying, okay, how do I make my marriage better? I want you to understand, ladies, first and foremost, as I just set the table here, I understand that most of your dudes aren't living up to standard. I get that. But that doesn't feel very empowering for you, I'm sure, because a lot of you DM me and go, man, my husband needs this. God, I wish I had a husband that followed this. How do I get him into your program? Blah, 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 right? This type of rhetoric. And it would be easy for you as a woman to be like, hey, I just got it. If he would just act this way. But that's the same trap guys fall into. The same trap guys fall into is if my wife would just. It's the same trap you guys fall into, women, and that is if my husband would just. You know what? I get it. It would be a lot easier if they changed, wouldn't it? But what and where is the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? So ladies, listen up. You want to hear what your husband wants? I know we've told you he wants sex, yes, and I've told you that he wants to be wanted more than that, but I want to show you how you can show him that you love him. Because all the other stuff you're trying or that you think he wants probably is wasted. And it's leading him to grow desperate inside and resentful of you. Yeah, because you're not giving him this thing. And most women don't do this nowadays, and it's sad. And I think it's this feminist ideology that has crept in and has just wrecked marriages. And it's this concept that you as a wife do not really support your man. I get it. Your initial thought is probably, he doesn't do what he says he's going to do. I know. Most men don't. That's why when a man does, he can start to talk very specifically and ask for exactly what he wants because he knows he's a rare unicorn. Your husband wants you to support him. I understand he probably hasn't done everything that he said he's going to do. I understand that he probably has gained a bunch of weight. I understand he's probably done all the things that you've lost attraction for him. I get it. But I want to encourage you not to become unattractive in the process of that same, because you can slide down the exact same hill he's slidden down in how you approach him and how you, and then you can start to think, oh, it's him and blah, blah, blah. And you can start shooting down on him and start taking away and start to chip away at his confidence. He wants your support. Now, you go, Keith, my husband's not worthy of support. I get it. I know that's what you would want to say. That's what every woman's going to say. But my question to you would be more the same way I would ask a guy. And that is this: what is your standard? What is your specific standard of what it means to be a great wife? What is your specific standard? And is him being such a loser now your excuse for why you can't have a standard and why you don't hold a standard? You go, Keith, what are you talking about? Okay, here we go. I'm going to share everything I believe. I'm going to share it the way I believe it. And frankly, I believe it's the truth. It's my truth, and I have seen the fruit of people's lives over and over and over again believing this truth that I can't believe anything else is true other than this. I've heard all this shit on Instagram. I've seen what the world is throwing at us. I've seen all these ideologies that are trying to get us to like or be or want something, and they're bullshit. So I can't believe they're true because the wreckage of the people's lives that have believed it, I just go, I don't want that. I don't fucking want that. I want this. Here's the example. Women, you talk about how you want a great sex life. That you want a great sex life. But your husband's a this, a that, a this, a that, a this, a that. And so you don't want to have sex with him. Frankly, I get it. There's a lot of dudes that get married become extremely unfuckable. I was one of them. I know what that feels like. I lost my way. But a lot of you ladies are treating sex as if it's like a treat for a puppy when he's a good boy. I don't feel like it right now. Got it. How many days do you feel like your husband gets out of bed and feels like going to work his job to put food in the family's mouth? How many days do you think he feels like doing that? But he does it, doesn't he? Why? Because that's his standard. What if you said, because you guys all DM me, where's the female version of Keith? Where's the married game for females? Well, this is it. And if a woman doesn't talk like this to you, then I wouldn't listen to her. And it's real simple. It's really simple. If you want an amazing sex life, start acting like you want an amazing sex life. Your husband would have sex with you every single day if you did it. You know why a lot of women won't do that? Because they treat sex like a treat. They act as if sex is a treat to reward a good boy. And it slips them into the mom matrix. And most guys have fallen for this. And they fall for this, and they lose their status and power in your mind because you treat them that way. You literally are treating them that way and making this vicious loop go down. When in reality, he feels radically connected to you, and sometimes not even connected to you, but just has sexual primal urges to fuck. And that's how he connects with you. And if you would actually go on the aggressive and go on the offense and say, I'm having a great life, there's nothing this man's going to ever be able to complain about with me. He's going to be well fucked, well respected, well loved, well served, well supported. Not in the way that you think you should support him. Go fucking ask him, how can I support you and be a great wife? Anything short of this, honestly, is fucking disgusting. Because not only are you not willing to go up to the level and go, I'm going to be the best fucking wife for 90 days. 90 days, I'm going to be the best fucking wife. I'm going to screw this man till his fucking dick falls off. I'm going to love him. I'm going to shower him with praise. I'm going to compliment him. I'm going to give him everything that I know every man wants. Not one man, not two men, not that guy. Every fucking man wants this. And yet, you don't give it to him. I'm not saying he's deserving of it, but I am also saying your standards are pretty fucking low for yourself. If you don't say, for 90 days, I'm going to go treat this man, I'm going to ask him, what's the best way for me to support you? How can I support you as you're out there slaying the buffalo? How in this marriage? I'm not talking about whether you work or don't work or homemaker or not homemaker. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm talking about in your marital relationship with your husband. You set the bar, you set the standard and go, you know what, for 90 days, I'm going to go love the shit out of this man. And clean up your side of the street so fucking clean. The same way I teach the guys, you go, you know what, I'm going to support this motherfucker. Now, the Bible thumpers are going to love me on this one because I believe there's a beautiful verse that the ancient apostle Paul in the Christian faith says, you know, God made woman to be a helpmate for her man. That's a supporter, a supporting role for him to accomplish and do what he needs to do. Now, if you're a woman and you don't want to do that, then don't be with a dude. Or just tell him, hey, that's not how our relationships can work. You can choose another way. I'm not saying you can't. In fact, if you want to, go ahead. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. It's not going to affect my marriage. But I am telling you that there are some definitive roles that men and women have been asked to play. They are biologically wired this way. They are emotionally wired this way. They are wired in a certain way to do certain things. That's why we're so fucking different. You don't look at a man and a woman and go, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Not at all. No, man. Not if you truly look at the way they behave in the wild. I'm not talking about Instagram fucking science bullshit. I'm talking about reality, truth. And a lot of you women haven't been hit with truth of what a guy really wants. A guy really wants you to support him. For those of you who are homemakers, you've decided, and to me, this is my favorite. This is what Jesse is. I think this is beautiful. But again, I've been conditioned to believe that. I've also seen the fruit. These seem to be very happy families. Very happy families where the mother's at home birthing and raising children and supporting their husband as he's out there killing the buffalo so there's actually something to fucking eat and to clothe ourselves with. For those of you who are that, and like you identify as that, or you want that more than anything, let me ask you to inspect your standards there as well. Are you the best fucking homemaker that's ever been? Whatever you deem a homemaker to be, that can be different for everybody. But what it kind of typically looks like, at least in the marriages that I've been in and been around, a woman that says, I don't want to dedicate my life to, I don't want to have a career. Some of you women do, and you guys are awesome at it. And I think you're fucking brilliant, and I think you're amazing, and I love it. I'm the biggest supporter of it. But for me and my family, we've chosen that I want my wife at home making sure our daughter gets raised the way that we want her to be raised. And I would just encourage you women that if you're a homemaker, your job, more than anything, is a support role. You are the leader of making that domicile peaceful, amazing, sanctuary. For this man that does not feel like it, but is obligated out of honor to himself and to humanity, and the obligation, especially we as Americans have been given down, of being excellent and striving for excellence and being great. That support role is, I want to make sure that this place is truly that sanctuary for him. Because he's going out there and doing shit he doesn't want to do to provide a life for you and for your children. And if your role is to create a home. A home, meaning a warm place to come, and it's inviting, it's great, it's beautiful. For us, I have a standard of how my home needs to be clean. Period. And if Jesse didn't want to do it that way, then we would hire a maid on particular things. We already have a maid to clean it the way we want it, but there's things. I have a standard that I live by, period. So if you want to be the best fucking homemaker in the world, it is supporting your husband. And you know what? This is where the Bible thumpers are going to love me too. You're going to find yourself to be incredibly and increasingly happy. If you really want to be a homemaker, becoming the best homemaker you can possibly be, which is not you running off and becoming the interior designer. That's not what a homemaker is necessarily. And then you just neglect your husband. It's how do I keep my family happy, healthy, and whole? Happy, healthy, whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Because my job as the dad, as the man going out and killing the buffalo, is not to make the house happy, healthy, and whole. My job is to make sure there is an abundance of resources to keep us safe and protected and growing. Different fucking roles. And I am able to lead with and show what discipline is and what true masculinity looks like. Jovi is not being raised by two moms. She's being raised by a mom, and she's being raised by a dad. We are going to approach things and look at things very differently. I concede the stuff to Jesse about girl stuff, about being a girl, because I've never been a fucking girl. I don't know what it's like to grow up and being a pretty girl. Never happened to me. How would I fucking know anything about that? So I go, oh, she's the expert in that. But when it comes to discipline and success and keeping your word and on your word, those are traits that I excel in. And I'm going to show and help Jovi see what that looks like, and she can see that that is what produces a better life. So if you're a homemaker and you're proud of it, first of all, fuck yeah, dude. You should be proud of it. You should be really fucking proud of it. And you should be really fucking proud of your husband that went out and provided a life for you to be able to do that. Do not fucking get it mistaken. Him going out and laying his life on the line every day to kill fucking buffalo allows you to have that opportunity. This is where the truth part comes in, that some of you guys might not like or you might disagree with. And the truth of it is a lot of you women actually aren't really that grateful for the life your husband has provided you. And that's fucking disgusting. It can also be said a lot of husbands are not grateful for the lives that their wife has provided for them in a different way, obviously. But as a wife, you provide this beautiful sanctuary and peace. Jesse, thank you. I love how our house is so clean. I love that it smells of good food. I love that you do that. I compliment my wife regularly on these things. But most of you women do not fucking compliment your man. Most of you women do not. Most of you women do not praise him publicly, privately, and support him in a way that he wants to be supported. Like getting fucked or coming over and rubbing his shoulders and saying, man, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I got to stay home all day and make sure that this house is amazing. And I got to go do this and I got to go do that. I have pretty nails and all this because you provide for, fuck, you're the man. And that is the fucking issue. Ready? Here we go. Most of guys want their wives to, quote unquote, submit to them or take this support role because he is a man. Because he is a man. That's not how it works. The truth of the reality of it for you gentlemen, if you're still listening, even though I said it was for the ladies, truth of the matter is she will want to support you, submit to you, become into your world if you become the man. The man. Not just a man. She's not just going to be, oh, well, I'm a woman, you're a man, so I'm supposed to do this. Fuck that. No, a strong and powerful woman will only support and fall into this feminine flow and lean into his masculinity if he is the man. And you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the man. It's the guy that's looked at his life, analyzed it, seen what's fucking wrong, and attacked like crazy to fix and fill those holes. That's the man. It's a man that's putting in effort like crazy. And you know what a lot of you women do? That drives him crazy. And to quote, the Bible thumpers are loving me, this is my third Bible verse. They say, a nagging woman, and I'm going to tell you what nagging woman means here in a second, and you guys aren't going to like the definition, but it's probably because you're it. By the way, I've already exposed myself to all these truths about myself on every one of these fucking episodes, 100 episodes before I ever talked like this to you ladies. So you already know you're listening to a man that's said, I'm fucking stupid in this area, this area, this area, and I've fucking attacked it, and I've changed all of that. So you're not talking to some dude on some fucking ivory tower up here, doesn't know shit about shit. You're talking to a dude that's fucked up everything multiple times and has fought his way back through effort and not giving up and taking radical responsibility because I know it was the truth. And so I'm going to give you a little truth. A nagging woman is like a continual drip, 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 drip. That's how annoying it is. That's how annoying a nagging woman is. You know what it also says? Better for a man to live, fourth quote for you Bible verse ladies and men. Fourth quote, better to live on the roof of a house than inside of the house with a nagging woman. Oh golly. Oh golly. If any of you guys are of the Muslim faith or of the Buddhist faith or of the Jewish faith, if you have other holy texts that you guys read that have verses like that, would you please send them to me, support@keithyackey.com, support@keithyackey.com. Because if there's more verses, and if there's more Bible verses like this, send them to me too. Because ladies, I want you to understand something. This resonates in the heart of a man because he's out here working his ass off. This is for a man who's really, truly putting in effort. He's out there working his ass off to become more for himself and for his family. And then he comes home, and if he killed a 400-pound buffalo and you go, why wasn't it a 500-pound buffalo? You're disgusting. You're the fucking dregs of the earth. In my opinion. Now, maybe somebody else doesn't think that, but for me, you are. That man just went and slayed a 400 fucking pound buffalo, brought it back for your fucking mouth and your kids' mouths to keep you warm. You know what, in my opinion, you should be doing? Well fucking done, husband! Well done! Yeah! You did it, man! You did it for us! No. Why isn't it 500 pounds? That's fucking deadly, disgusting, and it destroys marriages. Destroys marriages. Where the man goes, well, fuck, how can I please her? How can I please her? Now I can't please her. And it's as if you sit in judgment of him and he doesn't know what to do with that, because the truth of the matter is he's way more fucking valuable. In that situation, you eat because of him, and yet you sit in judgment on him as if he didn't do it right, and you didn't fucking praise him and congratulate him and support him and tell him, well done. You fucking nitpicked him. And he looks at the reality, the natural law of the situation, the one bringing the food to the one feeding it and the one feeding it complaining, and his brain fucking breaks. And he goes, I don't fucking understand how this could ever be possible anywhere ever, and yet it happens is fucking day after day after day in America right now. So what's the solution, Keith? Well, I want to ask you, what is your standard? What is your standard? Is your standard to be a nagging, complaining, nitpicking, critical human being of a man that's laying his fucking life down for you? If that's your standard, then I hope your husband has the balls to leave you. Because that's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Now, some of you women kill a lot bigger and badder buffalo than a lot of men out there. And I congratulate you. I think anybody who kills a buffalo is beautiful. I'm just saying that if you're not the one killing the buffalo and you're complaining about the size, the taste, or whatever, and you're not there to support him and help him get better buffalo, but you're there just to knock him down, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit human. Human. You're not a piece of shit woman. You're not a piece of shit man. You're a piece of shit human. And if it was the other way around, they would be the piece of shit human. I think men are pieces of shit that don't stand up and fight for their family and do what's right for their family. That's piece of shit guy. And I've called them piece of shit all the time, myself included. So what's the truth? The truth is, for you, if you want to really feel good about yourself, why don't you throw yourself in for 90 days and go, you know what? I'm going to stop criticizing him. Every time I want to criticize him, I'm going to learn a different skill and I'm going to praise this man and I'm going to support this man and I'm going to fucking lift up this man and I'm going to congratulate this man. And rather than being a nagging, dripping fucking faucet where I only dole out sex like a treat. You want a treat? Want a treat? Come here, do your tricks. You're better than that. You're fucking better than that. And I believe it so deeply that I think our country, women acting like this, yes, men need to step up. I already said that, but I'm going to remind you because you guys get a little fired up and I love it. Not just you guys do too, gals do. We all get fired up about something, especially if we go, I don't know what he's saying or I don't necessarily believe it. But the truth is, as men stand up, if their women stand up just like this, in fact, I know that you're saying if you had a provocateur, you would want to be this way. But that last dial, that power dial, a lot of you guys really fucking struggle with it. And understanding that a helpmate equals supporter and nagging equals you don't live up to my standard. And it's like, well, if you can keep this level of standard on your own without me, I might stop and actually listen to you. Do you guys understand that? Nobody's talking about this and I'm going to get roasted. I don't even know that my wife is going to necessarily like this fucking video and I'm okay with that, obviously. Jessie can have her own set of beliefs about whatever the fuck she wants to believe. The Jessie I know wants to be the best version of her. It's why she does all her potions and lotions and shit at night to make her face look like it's 20 And I love that about her. Jessie has very high standards, a lot of things. So my guess is that Jessie would hear this and go, yeah, I want to live at my highest standard as well. Because she knows that I believe that the power that a man has, to whatever degree the power a man has, he should be using it to empower his wife to become the greatest, awesome, best, fucking amazing standard of her that she should be as well. I know that about Jessie, that she wants to be that. Just the same way she knows that I want to be this in my life. And I'm not perfect and she ain't perfect. But what every couple's looking for is this person putting in effort? That's the question every couple's asking the other couple. It's like, are you putting in the same effort? When one gets very dedicated and disciplined to putting the effort that they know that they need to put into a relationship, once they start putting it in, after a while, they start to expect the other one to, hey, catch up, man, because we're both fucking two people rowing in this boat, and it's about rowing. So I got a lot more to say about this. I'm going to wrap this solo edition up, and it's simply this. Women, your man wants your support. He feels and knows he's loved by you supporting him. And if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom and or you want to be the best wife, The feeling of support is one of the greatest feelings a man will ever feel. It's why he loves being with a woman, because she's there and says, I support you. Now, for any of you who have issue with anything I said today, I want you to understand that this was not my comprehensive take on all things male and my comprehensive take on all things female. But it is my current thinking on the situation of what I'm watching happen in marriages, my marriage, all marriages. That this is a point where a lot of men and women really fucking contend. And the truth of the matter is the happiest marriage, this is the real punchline. The happiest marriage is when both people are striving to become the best version of themselves and the best version of themselves inside that relationship. That is a thriving relationship where both people are feeling radically fulfilled, radically on fire, wanted, lusted for, respected, fucked, made love to, kinked out on. I don't fucking know what you do. Sucking pinky toes and burping on each other. I don't fucking know what you do, but I do know this. The couple that has these two elements, both human beings striving to be the best version of themselves and living at a standard that's for themselves. If you're a woman and you go, my standard is my husband gets fucked twice a week and he gets fucked good. Doesn't matter if he's good at it, doesn't like it, doesn't do it, you don't feel like it, whatever. That's your fucking standard. Live up to it for 90 days. Live your standard for 90 days and then reevaluate. Here's why. Here's the mechanics. And I'll tell you, because I talk to guys with this all the time. I say this, they go, dude, my wife said this or this or this. I go, I bet she is. I'm sure she is. But dude, you're a D or F level husband dude right now. So you're getting her reaction to a D or F level guy. Why don't we take you up to an A level guy, get you all the way up here, and then let's start to see how she responds up there. She's your mirror, motherfucker. Stand up, be an A-level fucking dude with everything in you, become an A-level dude. And then judge her after she's seen this A-level dude for a while. Then make a judgment. Is she pulling her weight? Do I like her version of me? Do I love this and whatever? This is why marriage gets better and better with time, is because when you're both striving to get four, you actually have higher standards for each other. And when one slips on the accountability of that, it creates resentment with the other one. That's why you as women, you cannot slip on your fucking standards. You also have to be the very best version of you. Then after 90 days of you being the best wife, like literally the wife, this is what you need to become. Literally the wife that you know every one of your husband's friends is like, fuck, I wish I had her. Dude, he's getting laid, he's getting complimented, dude, this lady fucking adores this man. You become that level in 90 days? Shit. Whew. You know how good you'd feel about yourself? Because now you're not giving him sex for him. You're giving him sex because that's the standard of who you want to be. So that if you do decide, hey, this thing's fucking bullshit, I'm out of here, at least you can say, good luck him finding another woman like me that would screw him like that, compliment him like that. Support. Just think support. If you go, Keith, how do I be the best support? Simply this. Hey, hubby, how can I best support you? He's probably not going to tell you the truth just yet because he's probably used to you being maybe a little naggy for a while. And just say, but you gotta coax it out and find out what he really wants. And eventually he's gonna say, finally, if he's honest. Now, most guys are not honest, so you're gonna have to coax it. He asked me what I want. I'm like, I want fucking 69. Let's go. I'm into that. Most guys won't say that. They don't have a marriage like Jesse and I. But to ask him, get him to coax it out. No, like, would you feel supported if we had sex 2 or 3 times a week? And I initiated, or I was excited about it, and I was into it. Your man, you're going to fry his fucking brain circuit. That's what support means. Hey, if he goes, man, I'd really love for you to just give me a big hug and say, well done today. I'm so fucking proud of you. I know how daunting it is what you do going out into the world and creating the value that you create in this world. Thank you. Most husbands, even in great marriages, rarely hear true, authentic thank you, which in their brain feels amazing, and when they don't hear it, they start to build up resentment and start to think, wow, what a fucking parasite. Everybody's sucking off of me. If you don't want your husband to feel that way about you, it's very simple. Show your fucking gratitude. The same way you would with your best friends or your mom or your whatever. Show some fucking gratitude to the people that you love, specifically the one you're supposed to love the most. Make that your fucking standard. And now check in with me in 90 days and tell me how things are really going. All right. There you go. That's my take on that. And before you write me off, for those of you who disagree with everything I just said, what would be the harm in trying it for 90 days? Testing it for yourself. Having the actual experience of going through it yourself. All of the emotional turmoil up and down, all around, and discover your own truth about it. You know why I am so bold about my fucking truth? I've experimented with all of it. I used to talk shit on a lot of stuff that I think is super normal and regular and really cool today. Until I tried it and I realized, wait, I was a fucking idiot before, not understanding, not having tried the experience. So all I'm saying to you, ladies, if you disagree with me, and I'm cool with that. I love that about dialogue. Try what I'm telling you to do for 90 days. Be the most supportive, high standard of yourself, regardless of him, woman. Create literally the life you want and drag him into it, meaning the life that you know he would want. If you want a really good sex life, cool. Make him be a participant in it. Hey man, I'm starting to have sex 3 times a week, so whether you want it or not, I'm getting it. You women have that. You can do that with your husband. You know you can. You be this. Compliment, support, love. Be their biggest cheerleader. And stop all the nagging and critique and you're not living up to my standard bullshit. Just stop it all for 90 days. And then you tell me what you believe. You tell me what you would. Fuck, you know what we should do? I should start a fucking 90-day course and I be the coach of you fucking women and let you know exactly, and I'll coach you through it. I'll fucking coach you through it for 90 days. So you hear from a guy's perspective. And you go all in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this. Man, that could be really fucking good. If you're interested in that, either hit me in my DMs on Instagram and say, yeah, I want that coaching. That would be fun. I would be willing to probably experiment with this. If we have people that are interested in it, DM me or send me at support@keithyackey.com. Support@keithyackey.com. And if you're a woman and you're going through this and you're like, hey, I want to do this 90-day challenge, I'm challenging you all to do it. But if any of you want like my specific coaching through it, it wouldn't be in person or anything. It would just be over Zoom. And I'd probably have Jesse in on a lot of it. That would be fucking so fun. It'd be really interesting. It'd be really interesting to see the case studies, especially if you don't agree with me. That would be really fun. All right. Much love. Don't be a turd. Spread the word on this show. It's how we grow. It's how we grow. And if you really, like, for you guys that are listening to this, you're like, dude, my wife needs to hear this, fucking send it to her. And for you women who might just be like overly offended by everything I've said, I just want you to understand, I share this not for any other reason than I want men and women to both be really, really happy. And from my 44-year-old guy advantage, who's been through and seen a lot, this seems to make the most joy and fulfillment for both husband and wife. So it's my take. I stand by it. And with all those Bible verses I quoted today, God bless you. Keep crushing. That shit's contagious.